Hey guys, welcome back. We are going to be discussing how to put together a logo. So at this point in the development, you have got all your content in there, and you should know how to pretty much use Cornerstone and how to use your global customizer. But now we are going to start optimizing the website for this specific niche. Okay, so the next step in the process is to develop and design our own unique logo for this particular website. So you can go ahead and click on the link that is either beside or below this video, and it will take you over to something that looks very much like this. Now this could look a little bit different, but the layout should be pretty similar. Okay, so what I have here is this is a service called Logo Monkey. Not Logo Monkey, it's Logo Maker. It's got monkeys on my mind apparently. Oh man. Okay, so pretty much we're just going to name the we're going to put a logo together for whatever business this is. So we have been going through, let's just say we're going to make a landscaping one. So I think we have a landscaping casing mode. There it is. So I believe we actually need a logo for this website. We've been bouncing around on a couple different domains. So this one is Independence, Missouri Lawn and Landscaping. So what I'm going to do, Independence Landscaping Company, that's the name of it. So I am going to do, okay, let's actually talk about how to even use Logo Maker. So this is all drag and drop just like Cornerstone is, and anytime you want to move the entire unit, you can hold down, group over, or highlight over the entire group, and then you can move it all in one, or click out and you can move them one by one. Okay, if you do something that you didn't mean to do, you can do Control or Command Z, and that puts it right back to where it was. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about this right here. So this is the icon. The way that we find the icon is up in here, the search graphics. Let's say it was a pest control company. I might do spider or something. Ooh, that gives me the creeps. I hate spiders. I don't know about you. I don't know if you're a snake person or a spider person. We all hate one or the other. I definitely don't like spiders. We're not even going to use that. We're going to do roach. Maybe we'll get something there. Insects. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. So you'll search one of these, grab it, click on it. It's going to automatically pull it in. It'll pull it in black. We need to change the color to whatever we're doing here. So I'm going to go back over to Independence Lawn and Landscaping. We went with this little green color. So I am going to actually grab that color. So I'll show you really quick. I'm going to log in and I'm going to grab that exact color and I'll show you how to paste that color in. Okay. So we grab those button colors. Remember, we grab those from the customizer. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to customize. Okay, so I'm going to go to buttons. You know, I don't actually love that green. It's kind of gross. I'm gonna change it right now. That's a disgusting color. Let's find something a little greener. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Maybe a little bit darker. This is kind of my OCD that's taking over. I apologize. I don't particularly like that one. Let's go a little bit further this way. Grab this green. Too dark. Go back up. Alright, whatever, that works for me. Make sure we switch out the button border and see what that looks like darkened with highlights. I don't really love that highlight's so dark either. Okay, let's grab that. I'm sure that'll probably be good enough. Okay, so I'm going to hit save and publish. Now I'm going to go back to Logo Maker. I'm going to grab this, so Command C, and I'm going to come over to Logo Maker, and now I'm going to edit this. I'm going to click inside that bug. I'm going to go down to here. I'm going to paste and hit enter. Oh, so we have a RGB code. We have to get a hex code. So copy that. We're going to go over to Google, and you're going to paste in this, and then hex. Okay, so let's highlight the very first one. Sometimes it's not right. Google sometimes pulls up the wrong color, but let's see. Nope, see, that pulled up the wrong color. So let's see if it's this one. Unfortunately, this is one of the downsides of the X theme. They have not updated this aspect of their customizer. So let's try hex color. We'll try a different search. Is that the same one that we just did? You can click on it and see. Okay, well, that's fun. Let's just grab this instead. So I'm just going to grab this one. This is not really what you do. You would need to find your color or change your color. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change my color to this. It's altering it just a tad, but I want to make sure that my colors are synonymous. These button colors need to match the logo. Okay, so I'm going to save and publish. Now I've got this thing attached to my clipboard. I'm going to go over into here, and I'm going to grab that. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. This is if I was making a different logo, but that's actually not what I want to do. This is not a pest control website. This is a lawn mowing website. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to change this color to that. Okay, so next is we need to change the text itself. So this needs to be independence. So I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to type in independence. Okay, so as you can tell, this is kind of big. We could probably get away with that. This does not need to be perfect, by the way. You're not a graphic designer. We realize that. So I'm not a graphic designer either, but I did it. So this one is not going to need you just get a little creative here. We had this before because there was an I, and we were dotting the I. So what I can do now, I'm honestly just going to get rid of that. And I don't particularly love this font for this. So you can go through here, find a font that you like, roll through here. You don't want anything that's you don't want something that's like that just looks terrible. You want something that looks pretty professional. Go always on like the version the boring side if you have to. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so this organizes it through handwriting. I don't want to be on the handwriting tab. I'm going to go over here to simple and modern. See what we get here. Let's see if we got anything that looks good. Alerta. Close. I don't really like it though. Ubuntu. See what that looks like. That works. I'm just going to use that one. I'm going to get this thing in line. I need to change the color to this. So I'm going to click on this. Go down here. Command C. I'm going to grab that color. Okay, so when you're changing the color of the text, you cannot click inside the box. You have to click on the text itself. If I click on the box, it probably won't. Yeah, that does. Sometimes it doesn't, though. A lot of times it will not change that. So get in the habit of clicking on the box or on the content itself. Okay. So I don't want this thing overlapping that bad. If you notice, these are offline a little bit. It's going to be difficult. It's trying to do that. So it's trying to automatically do that. So I need to push this thing to the left or pull this to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to pull this to the right. And I'm going to try to line those up. It's not working. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to drag this in. I'm just going to visually look at it, see if it's lined up. Still not quite there. See if that's okay. That looks pretty close. All right, that seems to be right on top of itself. I'm also going to bring this down a tad and notice how it's trying to. Basically, you just want this thing to look as professional as you can. And again, we know you're not a graphic designer, so don't feel too bad if it doesn't look great. But anyway, these fonts, they don't seem to be matching well. Ubuntu and Carme. See if I can find something that matches a little bit better. Let's see if the Ubuntu works. Yeah, let's just use that again. This thing really doesn't want to line up. Okay. Point that over. Still not quite right. You notice I'm literally eyeballing this because this is Logo Makers. Normally, guys, a graphic designer is going to design in Photoshop or Illustrator. And we're not going to show you how to do that because that is a lot more in-depth. And you don't need to know that. Okay, I want to make sure this is centered. Cool. Looks good to me. All right. So the next step is to export this. And the best way to do this is actually through a screenshot. So if you're on a PC, I actually I'm not a PC guy. So let's say, I think it's a screenshot PC. I think this is print screen and something. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, so print screen, alt print screen looks like. So hit alt print screen, that will print the screen out. On a Mac, it is Command Shift and 3. Okay, so I'm going to Command Shift 3, boom. Okay, the next step is we have to crop this out, and then we are going to resize it and then optimize it for the website. So I'm going to go to my Finder, and I'm going to go find that image. If you're on a PC, go find that image in your file folders, pull it up. We're going to go in, and I'm going to draw around it. I'm going to get right around it. Okay. And I'm going to hit, if you're on a Mac, it's Command K, or if you're on a PC, something with cut. All right. So I'm going to rename this to, make sure you rename this to the business's name, Independence Landscaping. And I'm actually going to put a dash in between there, or a underscore. Independence Landscaping, okay? Hit enter. Now I need to resize this, okay? Adjust the size. We want this to be right about at 1200 pixels. So I'm going to resize that. From the Mac, that was under your tools. So it was under tools and then adjust size. And the next step, so on a PC, resize that down to 1200. All right, and you know, if you're on a PC and you can't figure that out, go to PicMonkey.com, and I'm going to put this link beside as well. So it's PicMonkey.com, and you can resize in here. This is like your photo editing software. It's an online app that's pretty amazing. So I could pull up this. I'm going to pull in the image. It's going to lag just a second. And then I can go down to this. This is going to be your dashboard on the left. You can go down to resize, and it's already at 1200, but I would just go 1200, apply, and then I go up to this little save button, hit save, and then we're all good to go. Okay, cool. So anyway, that is your PicMonkey. But what we're going to do now is we already have that all good to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to tinypng.com. This will also be a link right beside the video. This is a mandatory thing. You must do, you're going to put every single image that you put on the website through tinypng. The problem with building websites oftentimes, and a lot of people, some developers don't know this, is, or developers know this, sorry, people who may be new to building websites. Image size slows down a website. It has to be a small image size, otherwise the website will take forever to load. So we're going to upload this. Is going to automatically shrink this down to us. Look at that. It went from 11, right around 111 kilobytes down to 28 kilobytes. That's awesome. So hit download. And now we're going to go ahead and upload this to the site. So you're going to go into your customizer, go to your dashboard, down to header, scroll down to the logo, and you're going to go to change image, upload files, select files, and you're going to import, make sure that you're importing the right one. This is Independence Landscaping. We need Independence Landscaping 1 because this is the one that was just downloaded to our folder. Okay, so that's 29 kilobytes. It's inserting. Okay, choose image. And there we go. We just imported a new image. It looks a little small to me. I want to make that a little bit bigger. So the logo width is how you do that. I'm going to make this 480 and see what happens. You're going to need to know how to edit this, okay? That's still a little small. I'm going to go up to 530, see what that looks like. All right, that's looking a little bit better. If you know this is, if you can see this is starting to bring it down a little bit, we don't want that to happen. So what we need to do is pull this back up. I actually am still going to make that a little bit bigger. So 550. Okay, and seems to be getting just a little bit pixelated. And this is what I want. This is actually a good thing. So I'm going to show you, like, as you can see, this is getting just a little bit pixelated. We don't want that. So the problem with this was we made it a little bit too small, and that's not a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to my logo maker, and I'm going to grab all of this, and I'm going to make it bigger. So I want that screenshot. So I'm going to pull it up into here, make this a little bit bigger. Okay, pull this right over in here. Keep in mind you're going to have to cut it. So I'm going to take my screenshot again. I'm going to pull it over into here. And I am going to grab this entire thing. And I'm going to Command K. And now I'm going to do independence. Let me do a dash this time so I know which one's which. Independence landscaping. And on this one, I am not actually going to resize it. We got a pretty good, we want our tiny PNG to try to get this thing down below 50. Below 50 is okay. We're at a 28, so we can actually make this a little bit bigger. Let me go back to my desktop, and I'm not actually going to resize it. I'm going to see what tiny PNG can do without resizing it. So independence landscaping. Oh, sweet. We actually got smaller than the first one. Sometimes tiny PNG is weird like that. Okay, let's go into here, change image. And now I'm going to upload the new image. Downloads, make sure we're in downloads. Okay. Now let's see if this is going to help the pixelation at all. It's lagging just a little bit, okay. Importing. Alright. Yes, that definitely helps the, there's less pixelation. Good. Okay, so still, I want to make this a little bit bigger still. I like big logos. Really brand that site. Okay? I'm going to make this 600. You can play with this. Try to make it similar to about this size. Okay, so if you can tell, this is not centered anymore. We need to move this up. The way that we control that is the navbar top logo alignment. The larger the number, the further it's going to push down. The smaller the number, this is actually padding. So this is pushing 18 pixels off the top. If we lower this to 8, it's going to pull the whole logo up. And that didn't pull it up enough. So we clearly need to go to 0. Okay, that pulled it up a little bit too much. So let's try 4. Let's try 5. We need to just go just a little bit more. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm looking at this. I want this to be, the header to be just a little bit bigger. It seems a little bit scrunched. So the way that you do that is in this customizer, we're actually going to scroll up, excuse me. So the navbar top height, the height of the navbar, that's this. I'm going to make this a 90. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that made that longer. Now we got to pull everything down. I'm going to scroll back down, and now we're going to make this probably a 10. So we're moving that logo. Still we need to go a little bit further. Let's do a 13. Perfect. Okay, now we need to pull this down just a tad. It's pretty much centered, but we want it down just a tad. We don't want this sitting right in the center of the header. We want it down just toward the bottom. So let's scroll down, and okay, navbar top link alignment. That is what we want right there. So again, this is pushing it down. So we want to go maybe like a 42. Let's see how far this pushes it down. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and hit save and publish. Okay, and I'm going to hit my Control or Command X, and then this is going to pull out what the site. It's going to take me back to my dashboard. I'm going to erase this. I just want to see what the website looks like on the front end. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. One last thing here. This is a little bit of an advanced customizer option. So as you can tell on my computer right now, this is, just in case, this is something that will already be set when you have your lead generation site, but this needs to be a lot wider. So I'm on a big old desktop right now, and this is not, we need this to be wider. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my customizer, and I'm going to go back into here, and I'm going to layout and design. In layout and design, I can go increase it just a tad bit more. See? So it's going to push that out a little bit. Perfect. So from there, I can hit save and publish. and this is going to push it out just a tad. All right. You probably don't see much of a difference, but I do. It makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, anyway, that's pretty much how you build the logo. So it's in Logo Maker. Again, this will probably look a little bit different because this is what we use to go in and edit all of them. So every time this changes, every time we update a new logo, it's actually going to update live. So you might see Tampa Pest Control, or you might see Los Angeles Dentist. I don't know. It could be, you know, whatever. Just you go in there and edit, screenshot, pull it out, and then optimize it in tiny PNG. All right, cool. Next video, we are going to discuss the, what are we going to discuss in the next video? Let's go find that out. Okie dokie, next video, it's images. All right, we're going to talk about uploading images. How about that? Look at this, you're seeing the back end as the training is being built. You're going to have stuff that's going to look a little bit different now. So anyway, I will go ahead and shut this down now, and I'll see you in the next video.